Yes. Better homes and gardens? Yes. I've informed law enforcement of my rights being violated. Yes. As much as they think, well, he's he has a right to sue us, right? But we're going to obstruct that right. Eventually, I'm going to do what the law allows, and you're going to allow me to do it. Yes. And for all of you that said, well, you're not taking my stuff, yeah, I'm going to want all your storage locations for the last 40 years. And for those that said, well, we have to keep quiet this whole idea of the look-alike, yes, your look-alikes will end up being enemies of the United States. See, they all have the same thought. Yes. I have to come the money. Right. I have to load myself. And then eventually we'll just start experimenting with death. Yes. And when we have perfected the technology of the look-alike, yes, that doesn't die, then we'll know that we have something marketable to militaries throughout the world. See, it was kind of nice being able to make a look-alike spouse that would, well, have some sort of sexual relationship with you since your own spouse wouldn't. Yes. But the more of them that you kill, the more you're able to see the effect of your experimentation. And eventually, when they're no longer killable, yes, unless you blew them up into a million pieces, yes, it becomes very, very concerning to myself. That we just can't have large explosions going off everywhere in the nation. It's so much easier if they just they no longer exist. Now, I'm the individual that has the right to find out exactly what he's been making. Ouch! See, I have the right. I have the right to know who it was that accused me of being in Swim, Washington on December 31st. Yeah. I have the right to know who it was that accused me of being in Jefferson County on June 16th of 2017. I have the right to know why it is that you refuse to enforce the laws of the United States. And for all of those very attractive look-alike spouses that were so sexy, yes, I have the right to know, have you been replacing them with those that don't die? You're making little Mrs. Wolverines? Oh, because the thought was, well, they look good. Yeah. But now we've perfected the technology so that they never die. Unless, of course, it's a large explosion. Now, the United States has a large amount, well, they have a considerable amount of armaments. Yes. Tanks and planes and guns and all these modern, well, they're conventional warfare tools. But let's say they needed something special. A nanotechnology? Oh, a dart, where if you were darted, it didn't put you to sleep. Can nanotechnology eat itself? Let's say you use some chromium that connected to the internet so that you could virtualize the movies. Yes. And then you had another nanotechnology when injected into the body of anything. Yes. That is not an actual human being. Yes. It goes through and it actually feeds upon the nanotechnology of the virtualized individuals that are non human beings. Is there the possibility? Yes. That there needs to be some new weapons of warfare? Yes. That don't make large explosions? Yes. That cause a profuse bleeding out of every orifice of your body? Now, we all know the nosebleed. Yes. And then there's what's known as the hemorrhoid. Yes. I had known an individual while being a paper boy. Yes. I was approximately 11 or 12 years old, and the guy was always sitting on one of these donuts. Yes. Complaining of his hemorrhoids and the possibility of the bleeding orifice. Now, I haven't heard much about hemorrhoids for the last 20 years. Somehow somebody had fixed them. But let's say you had a large number of hemorrhoids that were all leaking blood. Yes. With, excuse me, a bloody nose too. Pooch. Eventually your blood will, well, I think we need some new weapons of our warfare. Now, if the military wanted to spend a little money working on some technology, yes, I'd like to know what nanotechnology does remove the nanotechnology, yes, that heals the skin of those that are non-human beings. Yeah. And then if you were to dart them, would they get a hemorrhoid? Yes. Now, I have noticed somebody like to leak my butt. It is as if, oh,